but slow, such as mobility, prevention exercises, and breath work, especially when it comes down to the training aspect of things. Super important to be able to do that. Now, the mental side of things, it's also key to be able to use that time without using too much energy by doing things like decluttering. Decluttering your shelves, your closet can work wonders for your cognitive side as well. So how your brain works. And sometimes you feel a lot better in the space that you're in when you've decluttered. So definitely one of those things I would improve on. That also helps improve your environment, which is the time you spend in a lot of the time, your space, your area, your vibe. All those things are super important. The other thing is that obviously a lot of people always ask me about is training and when to train. And I heard the morning Medras talk about this the other day, and they were fantastic, by the way. Here's a few suggestions after the first week of how you start to train and how you start to manage that. Now, one thing you need to do is think about steady state and strength training and when to do those. So if you finish work a little bit earlier and you have time until iftar, then manage your steady state, things that are good for you physiologically but not as demanding of the body, and your strength training, which is obviously being able to control weight in a way where it's not a circuit-based style. It's not something that's going to be quite heavy on the repetitions. It's more along the lines of something that's a bit more slower. If you do enjoy high-intensity interval training or circuit training, then I would recommend do that obviously after iftar, where you've had some time to digest and almost reset. Yes, very good word. And of course, if you like sports as well, things like football, boxing, paddle tennis, circuit training, then that would be advised to do post-iftar time and also pre-suhoor time. So you'll have that gap to find out when you react best to doing those things. And especially when you do it with other people, it helps a lot. That will help remove that feeling of, not doing anything and feeling lethargic. Because once we get into that rhythm, it's kind of hard to get out of it. So that's regarding the training aspect. Nutrition. Now, your diet isn't just what you eat. It's what you read. It's what you watch. It's who you follow. And it's who you spend time with. So I would also say that be very wary of that, because that is super key in how you manage your nutrition and your diet. Now, speaking of nutrition, the things that you would have advising you to have during iftar, and everyone will know that the basics are, not to have fried foods, etc. But also start by fueling your body rather than feeding your body. And what does that mean? It basically means your iftar is something that you need to replenish. So electrolytes, simple carbs for digestion, and protein are normally the things that would be the first thing to enter the body to kind of nourish that. It's super, super important to have that. Suhoor, you can have your complex carbs because obviously you could digest that over a long time. Fiber, your protein, and your probiotics as well are super, super key. Now, obviously, I didn't say meals because people have different references for what they feel like in Ramadan, which I completely understand. It's not something where we say you only have salad. No, it's not realistic. You've been fasting, and Ramadan is a month to be able to manage your and maintain your progress, not necessarily progress what you haven't maintained. It's super, super important to do that. The last thing I would say regarding managing Ramadan is something that I read and I thought it was fantastic, and it's GAS. What is GAS? G stands for gratitude, A stands for appreciation, and S stands for self-reflection. And all these things are super important to be able to have throughout the day, regardless of what month it is. But this month, this beautiful month, gives you that feeling. So try every day to practice GAS. There, you see, if you hadn't heard this segment, you might have thought I was talking about something else. But GAS is super important. G, gratitude, A, appreciation, and S, self-reflection.